Oh, hey, I was gonna run it back like that, but let's do it though. Okay, all right. Now I'm gonna make sure I can hear myself this time. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, fuck it. Damn. God damn. Like, my apologies, y'all. My apologies. My apologies. My apologies. Y'all didn't hear shit I said. Y'all didn't hear nothing I said. So yes, this is the Wham Talk preview, NBA preview. This is the first game, first little visual that I get to set up, and it's with my wife's iPad Pro. Fuck, this shit is tough. I thought it was gonna be easier. I thought it was gonna be a little easier because iPad Pro's got the little whatever. Whack, not good at all. I appreciate y'all though. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Appreciate y'all for rewatching. Appreciate y'all for actually hitting me up on my DMs. Appreciate all y'all. I know what y'all, I appreciate it. I thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So look, going right into this. I do like the Chicago Bulls today. I do like the Chicago Bulls today in the preseason. And let's go ahead and just break that shit down. Fuck it. So it's against OKC. OKC, we know what they're trying to do. We understand their motives. You know what I'm saying? They're taking a lot of draft picks. They're picking a lot of draft picks. Um, they're hoarding at this point, right? Right? We know that. We know that, right? They're pretty much hoarding at this point. But the key additions, I mean, what the notable stays? Let's start with that. The notable stays, because I just had a fantasy football, a basketball draft, and one of the main players that I wanted to make sure I grabbed was Gilgis Alexander. Shea Gilgis Alexander. Make sure if y'all can hear me, because I heard myself, but if y'all can hear me, make sure y'all say something. Say something to your boy. But okay, so the notable additions. Obviously, they made the trade, to get more draft picks. They got Horford. They were involved in the three-way trade. You know what I'm saying? They ended up getting Trevor Ariza, which was actually a pretty good deal, but they ended up waiving him. Or the news is out that they're going to waive him later on. So that don't make no sense to me. But obviously, Chris Paul going to the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix Suns, that's get better. We will talk about that later on today. They do get better, but in my opinion, they don't get that much better to push them way over the top. They get to that point that they're making the playoffs. They're better. They're better. They're knocking somebody out of the playoffs. Obviously, OKC, Chris Paul going to the Suns. It seems like an easy swap that they're going to the playoffs. They're not going to the playoffs. So we know that much so far, right? But I believe what they got right now is a worse team to even the Chicago Bulls. The Chicago Bulls, I'm talking about as far as a roster that you put on the floor, they have a worse team than the Chicago Bulls. The Chicago Bulls did get rid of their coach. They have new players, new addition, Patrick Williams, who is one of the most interesting rookies going into this season. One of the most interesting rookies, I'm going to say that again, going into this season is Patrick Williams from Chicago Bulls. We're going to make sure we keep an eye on that. That looks interesting. I know y'all hear me there. But so Chris Paul being gone for OKC, not having that same type of motor on a night-to-night basis, I think that is all going to play in factor. I think all that's going to play in factor of this game. And understand I'm gonna have a new backdrop and all that shit. This shit gonna be nice this year, but the shit ain't here yet. Really fuck shit up. Pandemic is fucked up, bro. I'll tell y'all that. Pandemic is fucked up. I done got hit several times. I know y'all did, but this shit is crazy. And I'm anticipating that happen too. So this as far as this being a preview, you see down here it says NBA preview. I feel like the pandemic is gonna make so much different like changes, in this, uh, and we really got to go cap by game. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like capping by game is really going to be very important rather than just having like a eye for certain teams. I think capping by game is going to be made basically a lot more, adapted because, I mean, it's already been like that because, game time decision is thrown at every player in the NBA. It's just inevitable. You're going to see a GTD on your player, you know what I mean? So it's automatically like that. But for the most part, you know, all this shit is crazy. What's popping with you, Dutch? Man, Dutch is my guy, bro. I appreciate you, bro. Man, you already know what it is, bro. I just woke up. I gotta go do some overtime, bro. I gotta go get this band. And that's pretty much it, bro. So I'm just trying to get this shit out the way. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm trying to come in here, knock out all my feels, get all my feels out the way, let that shit be on wax, you know what I'm saying? Let people really know that this shit is for real. That even though we capping on new stats, new rotations, you know what I mean, new scenarios, new additions, we still can figure out where the edges are. You know what I mean? And my guy Dutch, he's definitely one of those guys. That's my guy. What's happening with you, Alex? Alex is my guy as well. What's popping with you, bro? What's happening, man? Hey, bro, do I win? Bro, I try. I tried, my guy. I tried, my guy. Last year we went 58%. It was solid. We could do better though. We could do way better than that. We could do way better than that. But what's happening with y'all, man? I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all already know what it is. So let's go into what the breakdown really starts off with. I like the money line as well, y'all. I like the money line for Chicago Bulls. See it at plus 05, plus 105. And this is preseason. My guy Dutch was the main boy. He was one of the first people like, bro, you bet preseason, bro. On everything, bro. Hey, I appreciate you, my guy. On everything. I had to think about that shit too. Like, yeah, you right. I ain't bet preseason, but you know what? I should have kept going at it. That shit cashed the next game. Next game, I should have did it again, but I played out. And I appreciate that though. I appreciate that. But I've been low key like, I'm gonna tip my toes back up in this shit. And I think it's going to start off with the Chicago Bulls. I like what they've been doing. I've been watching them playing in preseason. I like the minutes that they're giving their young players. I think it does get a little bit more tighter now because a lot of these more veteran players are getting more minutes. They're trying to get really in shape. I've seen a lot of coaches as well leave their G League guys out while the starters for the next team for the next few games are really playing. So they just trying to get those starters in shape. And I seem like, the other coaches is involved in some of that shit. I think we're going to see a little bit of that from Chicago because OKC is just trying to see who's going to be out there. Who's going to be out there with Lou Dort? You know what I'm saying? Lou Dort going to be locking shit up, all that shit. You know what I mean? So that's what they're going to be trying to figure out. And, Shea, I think he might play. I think he might play today. You know what I'm saying? But even Shea, like I got him in my draft, my G. I drafted him probably like fourth out overall on my team. Like he was like the fourth player I picked up or the third player. Like I took them very highly. I thought of him very highly. You know what I'm saying? But I still don't feel like he is enough talent to outmatch what they bringing in for the Chicago Bulls team. They got a little bit more of a better team. You know what I'm saying? They just got a better team, top down to bottom. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go with the better team. That's an underdog. Even though it's on the road, I like the Chicago Bulls. That's most likely going to be my next official Wham Talk play right there. But going into the next game for the preseason shit, just to get this bullshit out the way, because I don't care nothing about these pretty much other games other than the Lakers' first half. I'm looking at the Lakers' first half different because the Lakers are announced that they're going to play LeBron and AD in the first half. I believe that's what they're going to try to do the rest of this year, is try to blow people out early. That way they could be sitting, getting LeBron more rest, letting some of these young guys get out there and play more minutes. So I think that may be the focus for the Lakers coming on. And I think we may see that preview against this Suns team, Lakers first half. I'm going to be paying attention to that. Right now, the Lakers are -3. We obviously would think that the Lakers would be -2, maybe even -2.5 first half, just to be on some scandalous shit, right? But I still think that might Mike Cash there. So I'm gonna keep an eye out on that. I'm keeping an eye on that. So I'm letting y'all know this is the first show when I'm looking at the Lakers first half a different way this year than I did last year, and I think it may be coming that they're trying to get more guys rest later on down the line. And yeah, so other games, that's the only game that's interesting enough to me to keep my eye on. I might not even play that shit. You know what I'm saying? So y'all keep an eye out on that. Try Wham on Twitter. Keep an eye on that. But for the most part, I'm just gonna gonna do what we do. But as far as the Portland Nuggets game, obviously, that game is interesting because they're running a lot of young guys in Denver, and they have some sort of they have a lot of the same guys coming back, but I've heard got something on Twitter too. It kind of made me kind of second guess Jamal Murray a little bit because they're saying that the bubble is soft. The bubble made things a little bit easier. So all that Jamal Murray shit ain't happening in real life. But I want to see Jamal Murray ball out like he did again. Like, you know what I mean? I want to see him do that one more time. That way I could get it, let me know it's real. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm looking at it. But, and the Heat this year, hey, Miami Heat this year, shout out to Alex for this one. The Miami Heat, let's go into that one, bro. Because the only thing about Miami that startled me a little bit is that they kind of seem like they were really pushing for Giannis, just the way they did certain moves. You know what I'm saying? So as much as people saying like the Lakers fell out with Giannis, like, bro, we just slow termed AD and LeBron. We don't give a fuck what Giannis did. Like, that don't make shit sense at all, right? But for the most part, you look at what Miami did, like they kind of were forming a team around him almost. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they seemed like they were forming a team around him. That way he didn't have to be vocal. He could have just went in there and just dunked. Like, he could have just did that. That's all. That's all. It seemed like they were just forming some shit like that, right? But I'll leave it like this. That Miami Heat will be a great team because, they really didn't lose that much. They did lose Jay Crowder. They lost Derrick Jones Jr., which was a big deal because he was a lot of athletic wing defenders for them, during the season for the long grind. But as far as, them got more Harkless. I like Harkless. He cool. You know what I'm saying? He cool. But they getting Avery Bradley. We got to see what that goes. You know what I'm saying? Avery Bradley I can't get him. You know what I'm saying? But I understand. Like, I just can't get him. I got to figure it out. So I got to figure it out this year with him. But as far as, they lost. They didn't really lose that much. They still got their best shooters. Tyler Hero get a second year. We all expect him to ball out. I think that's what a lot of the reason why you said this too, Alex, because we expected him to ball out. What if he have a bad year, though? You know what I'm saying? What if you have a bad year? So I'm not going to go all the way, put too much stock into Tyler Hero as of yet because the jury is still out on some players, just like how some players have to adapt. And into the NBA, you got to give them time to grind. Like, I got to give Tyler Hero time to grind, even though I feel like he has exceptional talent and he's like, he could be one of the best in his draft class, but gotta wait around. But going into the next team, man, Memphis Grizzlies, bro. The Memphis Grizzlies is interesting enough. Now they had to re-sign some of their guys like Shake Milton, not Milton. I'm sorry, Shake Milton, DeAnthony Milton. And they had to re-sign. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, let me double check. My fault. I had that up right here in my notes. Damn, but for the most part, this is a healthy team. That's what I was gonna get to. This is a healthier Memphis team. I even feel like Ja Morant was a little bit, banged up towards the end of that bubble stretch. He kind of looked a little bit banged up towards the end of that bubble stretch, and I think even watching him during preseason right now, he looks a lot more healthier, and them losing, I feel like uh, some of their bigs on Memphis kind of helps them out as well, because you got Brandon Clark, who had a great year, the rookie. He had a great year last year. I think he's one of those underrated guys that you didn't get that much credit as well. So I kind of give a little bit more stock into him rather than I will put more stock into Tyler Hero. Like guys like him, Brandon Clark, I put more stock into him rather than Tyler Hero, because I anticipate his next year to translate and even get better based off of what he already shown, the type of skill he has. As far as Tyler Hero, he has to get stronger. He got to play more defense. He has a lot of things he has to prove before he gets to a point that you got to put stock into him for him to be an impact player, long term. You know what I'm saying? Because after a while, you can't just be shooting around. You're going to be breaking, bro. You're going to break eventually. Sooner or later, you're going to miss a shot. And after that, you got to be able to defend. If you can't stop this guy, you got an issue. You got a real issue in your defense. But going into the Minnesota Timberwolves, who had the number 1 overall pick, Anthony Edwards is amazing. He very athletic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he's going to be in the lineup, the rotation for sure. He's going to be very good defensively for them. Might be hitting the starting lineup, and some of those guys won't like it, but they got to shuck it up and be second players. You know what I'm saying? Like, just do what you got to do. But it is what it is over there. I think they're all relying on Cat. Cat showed me sometimes, you know what I mean? I mean, this is early in the preseason, but I just hope this ain't a bad year for Cat, like, for real, bro. Like, I hope he has a great year. I'm really rooting for him, bro. Like, but I'm not one of those players, one of those gamblers at least, that's gonna be putting stock into some of these kids or some of these guys, you feel me, that, going through a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. Like, you ain't about to put too much stock into these people putting, because I really thought they're going to make the playoffs. They're going to be really good. I still think that they're going to make the playoffs and they're going to be really good. Don't get me wrong. But for the most part, they got a lot of shit going on over there. In Minnesota. So, new coach, which is not necessarily a new coach. He's been there and he won round, had some meaningful games. You know what I'm saying? That he won. Got the emotional and out the locker room. I like Saunders. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect, but I think a lot of that, long term benefits for them, or as far as advancement for them, it's going to be tied into their coaching, and it's going to be tied into Cat. Do I want to put stock in that? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I kind of want to put them where I want to see them first. But I do want to see them against certain matchups, like certain players that don't, certain teams that don't have guards, that can't go off the dribble with these guards, and these guys can still defend with them, like the Clippers. You know what I'm saying? Like, once I see them go against the Clippers, I think that's going to be one of those good telltale signs for me. Like, they're going to be a real good team. You know what I mean? Because they should take advantage and dog their ass. To be honest, they should dog their ass. But going to the Clippers, reason why I think they should dog their ass, because they don't got no point guard, man. Like, it's really that simple. I got a homie that's a Clipper fan, and I don't want to disrespect, bro, like, on everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I try to be light with him. Like, y'all really don't got no guard, man. Like, y'all really don't got no guard. Y'all don't have nobody that really leads the load off of Kawhi Leonard, and that's going to be a problem for him long term. You already seen it. He throwing the ball at the same guys that he was on last year. And after a while, it's going to get frustrating. And I believe that they didn't really make that much of a difference. I mean, as much as they got Ibaka there, and, they made the addition in Luke Kennard, who is not proven in the NBA yet. You know what I'm saying? He's okay. Don't get me wrong, but he's not proven. You know what I mean? Like, Christian Wood got a contract out of Detroit. Luke Kennard got traded out of Detroit. It's a difference. You know what I'm saying? He got a contract too, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But, you know what I mean? But he got a bag. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference. You know what I'm saying? So it's a level. You know what I mean? Like, you did your stuff. You know what I'm saying? So going to it, I'm gonna look at it like this though. And that was two different comparisons right there. But the reason why I feel like their additions wasn't that much impactful, and a lot of people are really off about it. You know what I mean? Like, you're not getting that same Clipper fan base from last year, but some of these people are kind of like, a little bit too happy about this Clipper stuff. And I want to talk about the Lakers really much with what they added. We got to see how Trez works out long term, of course. But I think they made some really good adjustments with as far as the point guard perspective, because this guy could go off the dribble. He could do anything, left, right hand. He, sharpshooter is very good skillful wise. He's very good skillful wise. They keep getting great skill guards, so that's what's gonna help them. You know what I mean? Like, they made a drop off. You know what I'm saying, with Lonzo Toronto. Don't get me wrong, last year, but you know they make it up for it this year. You know what I mean? They made it up for it this year. So going to the Denver Nuggets though, and I really didn't talk about Jeremy Grant leaving. To a lot of people, like, really, how much that's going to be a big defect for Jokic, because he has to be a little bit more, you know, he got to be a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like, at this point last year, he got by with that, and he still had to do a little bit more. I feel like with Jeremy Grant leaving, he kind of does have to do a little bit more as well. Torrey Craig is another one of those subtractions from the Denver Nuggets that people aren't really talking about as well. He was guarding a lot of their number one defenders. I mean, opposing guards. A lot of good players. He was guarding a lot of good players on defense, and he wasn't doing that much. He was getting shook up by Donovan Mitchell in the playoffs. We did see that, but at the end of the day, he was the main guy guarding them. They trusted him out there. Them losing him, also getting in just a little bit more younger. They got RJ Hampton. I do like that, which he's probably going to play a little bit backseat. JaMychal Green is a good addition, but JaMychal Green, we seen what he did in the Clippers. He was disinterested. He could get that way. He played really good in Memphis, and he's pretty much been riding since that. I believe. I believe he's been riding since that. No offense to JaMychal Green. If you watching out there, my apologies, bro. But you know what I'm saying? I feel like you ain't been popping since then. You need to raise your shit up, bro. You good. You know what I'm saying? Go a little bit harder. You know what I'm saying? Go a little harder, bro. But going into this, another team that I feel like did the biggest improvement in the offseason, outside of like one of those major teams like the Lakers and all this other stuff, whatever. But that's kind of going under the radar is Dallas Mavericks. Dallas Mavericks kind of is going under the radar. They're gonna be running Luka a lot. I think he's gonna get more calls. You know what I'm saying? He's putting in a little bit more money to, you know what I'm saying, get a little bit more calls now. So, you know what I mean, he's gonna be shooting those threes, making those 4-point plays we like to see. And I think he's going to get more help on the defensive side. Like, he doesn't have to play that much. They could kind of hide him a little bit more on defense. They got a little bit more tougher around the edges. They did lose Steph Curry. They did lose Justin Jackson, DeLon Wright, which is a big defender for them later on down the line. They were having DeLon Wright pretty much doing a lot of the defending there. But for the most part, having Josh Richardson adding on James Johnson, which we all know who could beat everybody up in the NBA, and Wes Iwundu, which is one of those people that people are not talking about, is a great addition for Dallas. That's another guy that's a great defender. Is going to be able to play off on the wing there. So they have really good wing defenders now. You know, alongside Luka, they could possibly hide him on defense, save him on offense. He could play a little bit more. That's why I feel like he's more of a good shot for MVP, because the way they made moves to kind of hide him on defense, have some of these other guys play in a little bit other. So that's how I'm looking at Dallas. And I think they did make some really good improvements. Going to the Cleveland Cavaliers, though, man, the Cleveland Cavaliers, they did get a little bit better, though, honestly, to be honest with you. I think Isaac Okoro is really nice, man. I think I like what I've seen so far out of him in preseason. And Isaac Okoro is one of those draft picks that they picked up from Auburn. I like what he's bringing in so far in the G League. And, you know, them having Andre Drummond coming back, he looks like he's a little bit more in shape, or he's getting to that point. He's getting in shape. You know what I mean? You can see some of these guys coming in fat, like we seen James Harden yesterday. James Harden came in fat. You know what I mean? Everybody started talking about him. You know what I mean? Which I expect he was supposed to be doing. You seen him out here partying, drinking champagne, just sipping on, doing this thing. Champagne campaign is right now. It's champagne campaign. What up with you, Bookie Lover crew, man? What's happening, bro? Oh, man, my fault, bro. My fault, bro. I forgot to retweet this one. Man, you know what I mean? I forgot to retweet that one. But hey, man, but look, it is what it is. I appreciate you, Bookie Lover Q. You my guy, man. See me, I ran with Bookie Lover Q. We was in what, Miami, bro? We was in Miami Good, cool dude, bro. A1, bro. A1. I seen my guy Dutch for sure. We obviously, me and my guy Dutch, we done did shows and stuff together. I done seen him in Vegas. You know what I mean? We gotta just do something. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna go. It's gonna come back around. And you know it's crazy, y'all. I just feel in a good mood. I'm gonna get some money today at work. I come home yesterday. My wife hands me a check, bro, like a actual check, with your commas, you know what I'm saying, from my old job. I'm like, yo, like, damn, this was something unexpected. That's what's up. Like, so I'm in a good mood right now, man. I did tweet that out, like, and I really was in the mood right there. So I'll just double back and tell y'all to share shit again. Like, I really feel good. So I feel like the only play that I'm really interested in, honestly, today, and I'm keeping an eye on is the Lakers first half. I'm keeping an eye on that. I'm looking at the Chicago Bulls money line. It's pretty much plus 105 at Bovada. I know you could get probably better off somewhere else. So if Bovada giving you plus money, you probably get better off somewhere else. Other than that, I think I was just almost done with capping some of these games here. I know we've been on for 26 minutes. I'm not trying to be on too long. I gotta wake my kids up so they can do their Zoom meetings. That's why I'm doing this shit so early. I can't be doing it with the kids doing school and all this shit at the same time. It's another reason why I can't. It's too much stuff right now. But it's so crazy what we dealing with right now. Think about what these NBA players are now dealing with. They're not in a bubble anymore. Wham is still bubbling, but we not. You know what I mean? We ain't in the bubble. We're not in the bubble right now. So it's another team that I do want to talk about. This is one of the most exciting teams. Exciting additions. This is one of those teams that I was going along with when I was saying that, other than the Lakers or probably the Hawks that getting a lot of attention as far as the additions that they're making, the Dallas Mavericks kind of flew under the radar. This Atlanta Hawks team is definitely getting a lot of attention. They're making them big moves. Danilo Gallinari, I could have sworn he was coming to the Lakers. If you was feeling any vibe from me, I thought he was coming to the Lakers. He kind of hinted around he was coming to the Lakers, I thought. So, fuck it. He didn't come to the Lakers. That's cool. I appreciate you, man. Do your thing. Danilo Gallinari, he definitely did something in OKC. You know what I mean? He did something in OKC. And Bojan Bogdanovic, he definitely made a statement. Bojan Bogdanovic, man, like he made a statement. The young kid from that played in Sacramento Kings, that was a restricted free agent, and when it came down to signing to match the offer, we all know that the you could only go so you could just pretty much go high up, bet high on Sacramento Kings. They not about to re-sign you, bro. I think he knew he could get a bigger bag somewhere else and possibly get a better situation. And I think he made the right decision. It's not showing so far, but I think it's going to translate later on down the line. But for the Atlanta Hawks, that's the reason why they were really my first team. That was my first bet of the year, and I lost it. They ended up winning the next game. It's just all good, but this 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 is one of the reasons why, because top to bottom, when you emptying out the whole clip, they have the better team against their opponents on certain nights, even in these preseason games. So you could definitely take shots at them when they're in certain spots. That's the reason why I feel like looking at this Chicago Bulls game, you're looking at preseason games, you got to look at everybody on the roster. You can't just look at just the starters or anybody like that. You got to look at everybody on the roster. Everybody on the roster looks a lot bit better. Like this OKC team, I mean, they have some G League guys. I don't think that's ready for this type of funk they're about to get from some of these proven, Patrick Williams and, some of those guys that they're about to bring out. So that's why I feel like I like that. But, going to my apologies. I just went on a tangent. But the Atlanta Hawks, I like what they kind of got rid of as well. Dwayne Dedmon is definitely a good player. Jeff Teague is a good player in certain spots as well. But those guys being off your books, getting them off the locker room, getting this more young attitude, more focus, knowing that this is what you have to do. We're fighting for contracts. Like we can get this done. Like Jeff Teague is paid. Like he coming to work. He coming to work with he flying to work like Kobe or some shit. You know what I mean? Like he got the bag. Like, you know what I mean? Like he ain't coming in there thinking about helping these young kids out. Woo woo bam. Like that's why I feel like him going to Boston is interesting because that's what they're on. They're on. We got the money already. You know what I mean? A lot of them already got that money. So the fact that they still coming to play hard, and I think it's gonna be different. It's gonna be interesting. So I'm looking into that. But them getting Rajon Rondo to come to the Atlanta Hawks is interesting. Chris Dunn is interesting, just as interesting to me. Chris Dunn is interesting, just as interesting as Rajon Rondo. And I think his defense is what we're going to be looking into seeing, like, where's the difference in the drop off there. And Tony Snell is something that's interesting as well. But I think Tony Snell is just like, he riding away, bro. You feel me? Like, I ain't going to say no much. But, yeah, so Vince Carter gone. Obviously, they got DeAndre Bembry. He's gone. I like DeAndre Bembry, too. But it doesn't seem like DeAndre Bembry is whatever. Yeah, but I like what the Hawks did, and they made some really good adjustments. And I like as far as Lloyd Pierce as a coach, you know what I'm saying? Like I like what he brings to the table, like you know what I mean? Like as far as someone that's gonna lead these young people, you know what I mean, or that's gonna try to work some sort of like partnership with Rondo to you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think he's very intelligent. He can be able to make some things happen. So I actually believe in what Lloyd Pierce have been doing lately, and these moves that they made kind of balancing what I was actually thinking of there. So I do like what Toronto drafted, man. Like the young kid, Isaiah, or I forgot his name, man. But the point guard that was guarding LaMelo all yesterday, man, he was balling, bro. He was balling. He's something I'm going to be looking at. Are they going to be playing him heavy minutes? Chris Boucher, bro. Like Chris Boucher, man. Like, come on, man. Chris Boucher is so underrated, man. They don't have Marcus Gasol no more. They don't got Ibaka no more. Toronto is gonna be so sneaky, bro. Tonight, Toronto gonna be so sneaky. Come on, y'all. People are raving about Ibaka. Like Ibaka, people wasn't giving him those flowers in the playoffs. They were giving Marcus Gasol those flowers in the playoffs, and I'm a Laker fan, bro, and I'm gonna be 100 with y'all. I wasn't that excited about Marcus Gasol coming to the Lakers. I was not excited about Marcus Gasol coming to the Lakers. I'm probably the only person that wasn't like excited about it because you look at what he's been doing in that playoff spot. Maybe it was Nick Nurse, but him not hitting that three was kind of showing he's a liability on the floor because he's not stopping nobody like he was. Like everybody keep bringing up this defensive player of the year shit. He been doing it. So I'm gonna just leave it at that. But go into what Toronto did. They got Chris Boucher some more minutes. That's all they need to do. That's all they need to do. Give him some more minutes. Run some of these more young bulls. Seems like that point guard, the young rookie point guard that was guarding LaMelo, playing pretty good. So give him some more minutes as well. As far as THT and what the Lakers are going to do, I don't think that's why I like the first half for the Lakers going forward. But I believe if you're getting leads, there's no reason for LeBron and AD to be going after all these awards or anything. These guys need to just rest up. It's a pandemic. You got to be smart. Blow them out and let THT go out there and run. Let Contavious Caldwell Pope get his burn, get his money, get his points up. You know what I mean? So that's how I'm thinking. But yeah, man, I appreciate everybody for being here. I'm going to dip on out of here. For the most part, hey, bro, Lakers for sure gonna run Denver, bro. The only thing that scares me about Denver is if they kind of unleash Bobo and he's something that was like, oh my God, like we can't stop this shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like some shit like that. That's the only thing that scares me. But honestly, it kind of doesn't because the only reason why it does is because they have Bobo and Jokic at the same time. Shit's kind of crazy. I couldn't even imagine that shit. But going into the shit, Denver, bro, it's gonna be interesting as well. I didn't talk about Denver, but I won't talk about Denver because we got enough time to talk about Denver. Let's see what Denver does. Let's see how that shit is. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this is kind of how it be. This kind of how it be. I appreciate everybody in the chat. Appreciate all the love on YouTube, all the love on Twitter, you know what I'm saying? All the love in general, man. Y'all always showing me love, man. I appreciate y'all. This is Wham Talk Wednesdays, man. This is the first one. And honestly, I didn't give a play out for the first game, but you could possibly almost pencil me in against the Clippers, the Lakers' first half. You could almost pencil me in. I'm going to be paying attention to this game, y'all. Lakers first half today against the Suns. I'm paying attention to this game. If the Lakers first half cash today and you see something as far as what their rotation can be about, I think they're going to keep us the same rotation what we're going to see early on in this game. So let's go ahead and book that in. This is Wham Talk Wednesdays. Trot Wham OG. I appreciate all y'all for tuning in. Man, y'all know what it is, man. I holla at y'all. This is what it is, bro. Peace.